you a week of Whole30 husband approved dinner ideas. Thought that it might be helpful or interesting if you're doing the Whole30, if you plan on doing the Whole30 at some point, or even if you're just looking for some new dinner ideas. I have some comforting, delicious, and healthy recipes in this video. They are delicious whether you're on a round of Whole30 or not. I make these all year round, even when I'm not on a round. They're also paleo compliant. Some of them can be made to be vegetarian, and they're all dairy-free and gluten-free, refined sugar-free, just all around healthy recipes that are so delicious. They are just staples in our house. So this week I'm going to show you what I'm making for dinner every night. I'm not even currently on a round of Whole30. I just genuinely eat these recipes all the time in my normal life. So again, you don't have to be on the Whole30 program to enjoy these recipes. You also can be a health skeptic and still enjoy these recipes, just like my husband Matt. Part of the trick for me to eating healthfully during the week, whether I'm on Whole30 or not, is to make extra during dinner time, since I'm already cooking anyway. That way I have leftovers for lunch the next day. So typically on Whole30, I will make a quiche or hash brown egg cups, which I have recipes for both of those on my blog, Kayla's Kitchen Fix. It'll be linked in the description box. So I'll have that for breakfast, just like something simple, something that I made ahead of time. And then I'll have leftovers from dinner for lunch, and then I'll make dinner. It's just so easy that way. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful. And I have tons and tons of Whole30 recipes on my blog. I have done the Whole30 program, I think 6 or 7 times at this point. I've honestly lost count, but I love it. It makes me feel amazing every single time I do it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to, one, look at the Whole30 website, or if you have questions for me specifically, you can ask me in the comments below, shoot me a DM on Instagram. With that being said, we're starting off strong with the recipe that literally convinced my husband Matt to do a round of Whole30, which are buffalo chicken meatballs with homemade ranch. It's so easy, so delicious. It's great for meal prep. It's a good appetizer for football season, and it's great on a salad or, you know, just by itself if you want to have it as a snack. So let's get into making it. I have all of the ingredients laid out. We have ground chicken, an egg, almond flour, the spices, which in this case are garlic powder, paprika, salt and pepper, and some onion. So I'm going to put them all together in this bowl, and we're going to put them in the oven. It's really that simple. Now you're just gonna take the chicken and you're gonna roll it into about 30 meatballs, 25 to 30, and you're gonna put it on that parchment lined baking sheet. We have 28 meatballs this time. They don't have to be all perfectly round, just gotta do the best that you can. We're going to put these in the oven. It's preheated for 400 degrees, and then they'll bake for about 25 minutes or until they're brown on the outside. Now we're going to make what is arguably the most important part, and I would say a crucial part in a lot of my recipes, the Whole30 ranch. This has so much love on my Instagram from my community over there, and my family has some made at all times. We're going to start with some compliant avocado mayo. I use either the Chosen Foods brand or Primal Kitchen Foods. I also have a recipe on my blog to make your own, and my mom is working on a plant-based Whole30 approved mayo recipe, and the one I tasted of hers it is so good. I cannot believe what it's made out of, and it tastes the way it does. Anyway, compliant mayonnaise. Coconut milk. I use canned coconut milk. I think that the texture and consistency of canned coconut milk is really great. Garlic powder, onion powder. You can either use dried herbs or fresh herbs. I tend to have these dried herbs on hand at all times because I find that it's more cost efficient to have them this way because they're always in my pantry, and then the ranch actually lasts a little bit longer because the herbs won't go bad. That being said, chives, dill. Honestly, at this point, I just eyeball it because I've made it so many times, but the full recipe is on my blog and will be linked below. Cilantro, salt, and lime. We have about 2 minutes left of cook time for the meatballs, so I'm just preparing the sauce for them to go in. I have avocado oil on the stove. You can also use ghee or you can use olive oil, just depends on your preferences. That is heating over medium to low heat. I'm going to add in the compliant buffalo sauce. You can also use compliant hot sauce. I like buffalo sauce from the new Primal. I think it's delicious and they have different heat levels. And then I use bone broth, but you can also use chicken broth or veggie broth. It just adds a little bit extra nutrients to add bone broth, but it also adds some really good additional flavor. So I'm just going to heat that and stir it all together. Once the meatballs are done, we're gonna add them to this. And that's pretty much it. It's really, really easy. It requires hardly any prep at all. And such high reward because they're so freaking delicious. Turned up the heat slightly just to thicken the sauce a little bit, and then I'm gonna mix the meatballs again. But oh my gosh, they smell so good. I cannot wait to eat them. I don't know how anyone could not like these. I would confidently bring these to any get together, serve them to any family and friends who eat meat. They're delicious, they're so easy. You just saw how easy they are. And Matt is gonna be thrilled that this is what's for dinner tonight. You can have it with some veggies over top of a salad. You can serve it with rice if you're not on Whole30, or just serve it as an appetizer and eat as is. I'll see you tomorrow for another recipe. Day 2, we are making one of, again, Matt's favorite recipes of mine. They are Whole30 burgers. But get this is the most important part. We're not doing a lettuce wrap here. I mean, you can, but we're gonna take it to the next level. The buns are sweet potato waffles. They're literally made from just egg, shredded sweet potato, some seasonings. They are so good, you can make them really crispy. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, but overall, it's the most easy way to have a meal that you're like feeling as though you're eating out, but you made the most delicious burger right at home. Everybody loves them, just a little bit unique with the sweet potato waffle bun. And of course, with burgers, you can always tailor it to meet anybody's preferences or dietary needs because they can pick their toppings. With that being said, let's make them. I have all the ingredients lined up. We're gonna make some special sauce. It uses 4 ingredients. We've got grass-fed meat, the spices for the burger, some Whole30 approved bacon, and we have the ingredients for the sweet potato waffle buns, which are literally just seasonings of choice, egg, sweet potato. We're gonna start by getting the bacon ready, and then we're gonna move on to the sweet potato buns, and then we will move on to the burger. And we will finish it off with the special sauce because that takes truly 39 seconds to whip up. Now we're gonna make the sweet potato waffle bun. It's really very easy. It kind of feels like it shouldn't work, but it does. So basically all you do, you take a cheese grater. I like this one because it has a handle on the top. A medium-sized sweet potato, and just grate it. I leave the skin on because it's extra fiber. It's good for you. Doesn't hurt anybody, so you just grate that. Once you've had your arm workout for the day, which I should have skipped mine, you just crack in 2 eggs. Add in your spices. I'm using garlic powder and onion powder. And then I'm gonna add in some salt and pepper as well. Then you just mix it all together. Make sure that the eggs are fully incorporated, broken up, and that the whole sweet potato batter, if you will, is completely mixed together. It might sound crazy, but this mini waffle maker is one of my favorite kitchen tools. I use it all the time. You can see it's very loved, and I think I got it for $8 back when I was in college. You can get this on Amazon. I'll have it linked in the description box. But this is what we're gonna make our waffle buns in. We have the waffle iron heating up. I always put it on a ribbed baking sheet because I'm going to spray it with this avocado oil, and then that way the oil doesn't get all over the counter. Pretty messy, but it is definitely the thing that works the best. You want to make sure your waffle iron is fully coated, and I do think that spray works the best here. Now we're gonna make the burgers. You can really do this with whatever seasonings you want. You can do these on the grill or inside. It looks like it's about to storm right now, which, sorry if the lighting's really bad. It got so dark out of nowhere. But I'm just going to be using salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Could throw in some Italian seasoning. Really, whatever you want. But this is how my mom makes them. They're perfect. Mix it all in. Don't be afraid to use your hands, okay? That's what soap is for. Like I said, it looks like it's going to storm, so we're gonna be making these inside. I have a grill pan with avocado oil on it, and I'm just gonna put these right onto here. It's not heated or anything. So you could make anywhere from 4 to maybe 6 burgers. I think I'm gonna try 4, let's see. I kinda want them to be like skinnier smash burgers, so I think I'm gonna try for 6. Let's see. This one is so much smaller than that one, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Does not matter. We are not fussy here. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know. I should have took this part off prior, but we're just doing the best we can, you know? True or false? Cutting onions and dishes are the worst part of cooking. True. What are we done with onions? No tears. Of course, after I already made the decision to cut the burgers inside, the sun comes out, but it's fine. A grill pan works totally fine. Here's the thing about multitasking. I actually forgot I was cooking those, so let's tend to them. I got lucky. They're actually looking pretty perfect. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've made these probably 100 times, and sometimes something just goes wrong, and that's okay. That happens with cooking, and I'm sharing this because I literally make these all the time, and for some reason this one just fell apart. I'm gonna put it in this little bowl. I will still eat it. It's not a big deal. It's my fault that the potatoes aren't turning out right. Oh! I messed up my own recipe. This is what they usually look like. All golden, perfect. I reread my recipe. You're supposed to use half of a sweet potato, not the full sweet potato. I'm gonna see if I can fix this, but I promise you, they're so good. They really work when you follow the recipe. I promise they're so good. I don't want you to think I'm a liar now. in the car now. Matt came out while the sweet potato waffles weren't working, and he was like, what do you need? I'll go to the store and get it for you, which is very kind. But I couldn't let him go alone, so we're going to go get more ingredients for the sweet potato waffle, and we're gonna make it work this time. I'm gonna read my own directions, but. Update, I am sitting in the parking lot. I did not go inside with Matt because we ran out the door so quickly that I didn't put shoes on, so I am sitting, waiting for him. He called to make sure he was getting the right kind of eggs. He recognized the right kind by the branding, but wanted to make sure it's the best. And I'll update you when we get home. Please cross your fingers that this works out. I don't know why. Why does it have to do this when I'm filming, you know? Okay, we're back in business. A little bit burnt because I had some leftover pieces. So let's see what this next one looks like without any leftover pieces. Yes, that was the problem. Imagine that. The problem was that I didn't follow the directions. I don't have a typical air fryer, but I do have this conventional toaster oven that doubles as an air fryer. Like, well, it has an air fryer setting. So anytime I make something that I want crispy, I just pop it in here for a few minutes. I reheat any kind of breaded chicken or french fries, leftovers in here on the air fryer setting. And then I just popped the sweet potato bun waffles in here to make them really crispy because some of them had been waiting for a while during the whole fiasco that just occurred. Now the sauce. I call this special sauce, but it's just a burger sauce. It is ketchup. I really like the brand, the new Primal for Whole30 compliant ketchup, some compliant mayo. I mentioned yesterday that I have a recipe on my blog, but I also really like Chosen Foods avocado mayo, as well as Primal Kitchen. And this is a little bit of rice vinegar and some compliant relish. You can also use apple cider vinegar if you are paleo. That's it. You can add salt, you can add spices if you want. It really just is up to you on your preferences. Well, that was a wild ride, but it was worth it. We've got the sweet potato waffle bun, all crispy, straight out of the air fryer. We've got the sugar-free bacon, the crispy butter lettuce, the burger, the red onion, the tomato. You could add pickles, whatever burger fixing you want. Of course, we've got the special sauce. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it's huge. It's so good. Messy, but delicious and fully worth it. I'm going to go eat this because nobody needs to see that on camera, and I will see you tomorrow with another recipe. Day 3. I'm feeling really tired, so I was like, I just need something quick, easy, and foolproof that I always love. So we're gonna make some taco bowls. And sometimes a taco salad, when you're eating like dairy-free, grain-free, no tortilla chips or anything, can be kind of boring, but I promise you, this one's not gonna be boring. I am gonna be using ground turkey, but you can use whatever you want. If you wanna use ground beef, if you have a plant-based alternative. We have ground turkey, we have our spices already made, mixed together, and some water, some toppings. I'm gonna show you how I put it all together. Like I said, I have my turkey, and then these are all the spices that I use. The full recipe is linked below on my blog. It's a mixture of things like garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, chili powder, cumin, all the good things, some water, and then some of my toppings. So I have cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, please leave it out. I think green onions are really good in taco bowls. You can also use red onion. I've got my lettuce, of course, some salsa, and this salsa has just real food ingredients, so it is fully Whole30 compliant. I'm also gonna make a little sauce out of some mayo and this taco sauce. Here are the ingredients. Really random, it's Matt's, and I randomly wanted to try it, and I really like it mixed with mayo. I either use this mayo or the Primal Kitchen mayo, or I make my own. Here are the ingredients for this one. If you're not on Whole30 and can have rice in your diet, I have a really good cilantro lime rice recipe that is way, way better than Chipotle's on my blog, and I'll have that linked in the description box. Oops, I don't measure this at all. I just kind of guess. So good. Something that I love about bowls of all kinds is that they are great recipes to have for a family or a group or meal prep, because you can tailor them to meet everyone's taste preferences and dietary needs. So say you're on a round of Whole30 and you're having a get together, you could totally do a taco bar and just have a bunch of different sides out, and then you don't even feel like you're missing out. You could also make this with some shredded chicken. You could cook it in some salsa in the crock pot. Like, it is so quick, so easy. I did this in probably 15 minutes, and that's with filming, which takes a bit. It's simple, it's been done before, but it is so flavor packed with the fresh herbs, the spices blend that I made, and the sauce just really ties it all together. You could also find a Whole30 approved queso. There are a few on the market, but I'm telling you, some crunchy fresh lettuce, some delicious flavored taco meat, the fresh herbs, and then the sauce. It's the perfect taco bowl. I don't even miss the rice. I don't even miss the tortilla chips. You don't even need it with the flavors. It's so good. But then again, if whoever you're dining with wants rice or cheese or anything like that, they can easily add it themselves and it won't alter your bowl at all. You have to try this. It's time for someone else's dinner. Oh, thank you. It's day 4, and again, it's been another really busy day, so we need something quick, something delicious. So we're going to make my egg roll in a bowl, which so many of you love on my blog, which makes me so happy because it's such an easy one skillet meal that I think most everyone would love. I love it, my husband loves it. I just asked my grandma if she wanted some and she got so excited. So we're gonna make this. It's gonna take less than 30 minutes from start to clean up. For the sauce, which is hot sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, coconut aminos, which are all Whole30 compliant. Be sure to check your labels. Some garlic, ginger root powder, a shallot. I almost called this a scallop. I knew that was wrong. We have some water chestnuts. These are optional, but they are so delicious. I love water chestnuts. Some ground turkey. You can use whatever kind of protein that you'd like. And then I have broccoli slaw today. You can also use coleslaw mix, whatever you want to use, just so that you're getting some veggies in. Then we're also gonna top it with green onions, a spicy mayo, sesame seeds. It's so easy. While that's cooking, we're going to make our spicy mayo. It's so simple. We're just using some avocado mayo and then some compliant hot sauce. Done. So easy. We're also going to prep the green onions, and this is just a personal preference. You don't even have to use green onions if you don't want to, but I like to take a green onion and a sharp pair of scissors, and I like to cut it really on a steep diagonal. It makes these really fun little slices that it makes you feel like you're eating at a fancy restaurant. It's all about the little things sometimes, you know, and you're just waiting for the turkey to cook at this point anyway, so why not? So easy. It also tastes just as good as leftovers as it does fresh out of the skillet, I promise. It's awesome for meal prep. It's awesome for multiple people. It's great for just yourself. I'm a big believer that serving sizes are arbitrary. They can be whatever size you want them to be. It takes basically no prep, very little effort, kind of foolproof, and it is delicious. I'm gonna go share this with my family and enjoy it myself, and I will see you tomorrow for our last recipe of the week. Hello and welcome to day 5. We're running low on steam. It's been a crazy week and I feel like honestly that's pretty relatable, so we're just working with the ingredients as they are. I didn't measure them out all pretty today, so hopefully you don't mind. But my sister is coming over for dinner tonight and she's a vegetarian. So I'm going to be making this dish vegetarian friendly, and you can definitely add in whatever protein you want. You can make the sauce with ground meat of your choice, or you can serve it with chicken. Oh my gosh. My cassava flour breaded chicken would be absolutely so good with this recipe. Give it kind of like a chicken parm vibe. I guess I should tell you what we're making. We're making my ricotta pesto zucchini roll-ups. And if you're thinking that I'm brave for wearing white, I don't know if it's brave or foolish because I already got marinara on my shirt, so that's pretty standard here. When I tell you it's been a long week, I mean it, because this recipe actually calls for 3 zucchini and I got 1. So luckily it's just me and my sister eating this, so that will actually probably be perfect. And I'm just gonna cut the recipe down accordingly. But we have the lone zucchini. If you're making this, get more than 1. And we have some fresh herbs. We have some oregano, thyme, basil. We're gonna use the basil in the dish, and then also to make the pesto. You can buy pesto as long as it's compliant with Whole30 if that's what you're looking for, but honestly, my pesto is so easy, so quick, and I make it probably weekly. It is so good and so simple. We have some marinara sauce. There are plenty of compliant marinara sauces that don't cost $9, by the way. Just be sure to read the ingredients and make sure that they're just real foods and herbs and things like that. No sugar or oils added that aren't compliant. Don't spend $9 if you can avoid it. Pine nuts are pricey, but they are worth it. So we have pine nuts for the pesto, the Kite Hill ricotta, which is Whole30 compliant and so delicious. I think it's a great alternative if you don't do dairy. If you're watching this video and you're not on Whole30 and you don't need it to be dairy free, you can totally use whatever ricotta you want. Then just pepper. We actually are going to be using just powdered garlic and onion today instead of chopping it up because feeling lazy, and also my sister digests it better when it's not the full garlic or onion, so we're just gonna do that today. Normally I would recommend using garlic, cloves, and a real onion, but this is a great example of just using what you have and adjusting to your needs. This is a little bit of olive oil that I poured out when I was feeling ambitious and then quickly realized, nope, too tired for that, and salt. Let's start by cutting up the zucchini slices. I'm gonna use a mandolin to do this. Please be careful when you're using something like this. Also, be sure to cut the top and the bottom off first. Much better. Then get a dish towel and just line up your zucchini slices and sprinkle them with salt. This will help absorb some of the moisture, and it'll also make them a little bit more flexible so they can perfectly roll for your little zucchini roll-ups. Like I said, you'll want to use real garlic cloves in the pesto if you can, but since I'm improvising today, we're just using garlic powder. Lastly, some salts. Then I'm going to use my food processor to blend that all up. Honestly, this food processor is one of my best kitchen purchases ever. No dairy, just a few ingredients, a couple seconds. I used to get store-bought pesto and I will never go back. Okay. So good. If you're using meat or whole onion, you'll want to do this on the stove and have it warmed, but since I'm skipping those two things today, I'm just gonna combine this right here. I have some olive oil, which is typically to cook the onion in, but it just gives it a little extra healthy fat as well, so that's fine. Then we're gonna pour in the sauce. You can season this however you want as well, using whatever herbs, spices, things of that nature. I'm just gonna add a little onion powder since I'm skipping the whole onion, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna add in some fresh oregano. Fresh herbs just really take any dish to the next level, and also, how pretty are they? Now grabbing some thyme. Of course, some basil. You can skip this step if you like your marinara sauce as is. I just like to add a little bit of fresh flavor. I'm gonna give this a stir, and then I'm going to put it on the stove over low heat. Now we're ready to assemble the roll-ups. See how now they're just a little bit more flexible and workable? Much better, perfect for what we need. We're gonna grab 2 ribbons and put them in a cross. Then you're gonna take about a tablespoon of your pesto ricotta. You can measure it if you want. I don't want right now. The bottom slice in, and you're going to overlap it like this. See, these were pretty big slices, so I think I could actually add a little bit more of the ricotta pesto. That's what's great about recipes, is that you can really just adjust as you go, because you can't always buy a universal same size tomato, anything, you know what I mean? So that fills that out a little bit better, and you have a roll up. Why do I think they're so cute? But that was it. Now we're just going to put them in the oven. Be sure you're using a skillet that is oven safe. This is testing my strength, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Just took it out of the oven. That is such a quick recipe, but it's perfect, like I said, for customizing to meet the needs of vegetarians or meat eaters. You can just really just customize it however you want. And I love to top it with some fresh herbs, and me and my sister are going to eat this. It's such a simple, quick recipe, but it tastes like it was a lot of effort when it's just really not. I hope you enjoyed my week of Whole30 recipes. They're loved by everyone in my family, and I can't wait for you to try them for yourself. I hope maybe this even just inspired you to try one of them or a variation of them so that it fits into whatever your dietary needs and taste preferences are. As always, you can find all these recipes on kaylaskitchenfix.com, and I'll also have all the recipes mentioned in the description box. But there are so many recipes on my website that are Whole30 compliant, paleo, dairy-free, gluten-free, grain-free, refined sugar-free, you name it. And I can't wait to hear what you think. Happy cooking!